Sometimes when we're talking about this, we focus much on the Gulf, but such is not the case. Most of the Kenyans you interact with that are in the diaspora will tell you, if I had money, I would rather be home. If things were favorable at home, I would rather be home. One would want to ask themselves, is it because they are discouraging people from going abroad because, well, they don't want us to be, so many of us to be domiciled there, or so many of us to, find, greener pastures on the other side or enjoy this? Or is it genuine that things are not as good on the other side? So then we ask ourselves, reality is that these are hardworking Kenyans. They have gone to that space in search of greener pastures, and therefore it is incumbent upon the government to protect them. Are we doing enough to ensure that, okay, it is not good at home, but you have traveled abroad, and your government follows up to ensure that yours is an easy stay when you are on the other side?
People are saying that the government is exporting labor, but to me it is actually state-sponsored human trafficking. Because, as he has said, so many people, especially young, who get out of this country in search of jobs through these dubious, most of them are dubious agencies, which are again owned by some of the high state officers. You realize that once they're out of this country, the government cannot tell where they are and what they went to do. You've just talked of so many doctors have gone out, so many nurses have gone out, so many ABCD have gone out. But are they doing what they learned in school? They are not. If you ask most of those people who've traveled, who traveled out of this country, those nurses, you talk to them and you realize they've been turned into something else. They are nannies somewhere. You thought they went to practice medicine, which they learned in school. But the moment they get there, they're just turned into gardeners and those kind of jobs. So and we've seen these actually being practiced by even, some government agencies. You remember Uasin Gishu case, where, the county government of Uasin Gishu, I think it was back in 2021, told people to give it money because they were going to be taken to, I think it was
Finland?
Yeah, for jobs. But that never happened, and those parents lost money. They sold all they had so that the county government was in Gishu can facilitate them to go outside and get employed. But you realize that that never happened. So what is happening in this country is that the government is claiming that is exporting labor because, of course, we have these skills. And I'll admit, you see these Ugandans that you're saying are coming to Kenya, these Rwandese that are coming to Kenya, I've seen them work in this country, and they are desperate. They take as little as 100 Kenya shillings. For a Kenyan, they cannot work for 100, but maybe that's the status of your home. You want to change your home. You cannot start by earning 100 Kenya shillings at home. Yeah. You want to change your home. So Kenyans are preferring to move out of this country because they cannot just take 100 bob, and they are not as desperate as those that are coming from Rwanda, those that are coming, for example, from Congo. They are running from war, and they are coming into this country, and anything would do. But for these ones, they've been properly educated on a promise that they'll get employed in their own country. And you see in Kenya, because of the information that we have, we can see all the corruption that is happening. You can see the kind of luxury that the politicians are in, and the kind of, they're just splashing opulence in the very eyes of Kenyan people. So when Kenyans see that, they lose hope, because if these are the same people who are supposed to make life better for you, these people are supposed to create employment for you and create an environment for you where you can come and work and make a living. But instead of doing that, they are benefiting themselves. They prefer going outside the country. So we are not protecting our people. They are dying. Personally, last time I tried to trace one who had gone to Gov, and actually NEA really frustrated me. The Ministry of Diaspora frustrated me. That girl was lost for almost a year. She was arrested in Gov. She only came back after a whole year into this country after I tried writing so many letters to them. And that's just an isolated case. If you go to TikTok, because now the government is not disseminating the real information, you realize that they've now formed groups, and they're now sharing the kind of suffering that they are going through, not only in the Gulf countries, even the other. I saw the Alabuga case, for example, where people went to Russia, the women, and actually they were targeting women, hoping that they were going to get good employment, but they were turned into, they went into into military camps, and they were doing military-related stuff, which are not good for women, which are not healthy. They are living in deplorable conditions. You cannot trace where they are. The environment is controlled. Yet these people went out of this country, and most of these jobs actually are advertised by embassies.
Okay.
So they went believing that the government is aware of this opportunity, but getting there, you realize that things are totally wrong. You'll also remember a story that was done, lastly,
make it brief,
in Thailand,
right,
of people who actually went to Thailand hoping for good job, but they went and were turned into scammers, and the government struggled to bring them back home. So that is the status of our country, that the government is actually facilitating human trafficking, and they cannot guarantee the welfare of the people that they traffic out of this country.
Well,